He wasn't the first. He wasn't the best. He wasn't even supposed to wear the ring. But Guy Gardner was the one who fought like he had nothing left to lose. A Green Lantern forged in the fires of rejection, rage, and redemption. And a man whose greatest battles were never against evil, but against the world that never truly accepted him. This is the story of DC's most volatile lantern. A man dismissed as a hothead, but burdened with the kind of willpower that only comes from pain. When Hal Jordan became the Green Lantern of Sector 2814, the Guardians of the Universe did something unusual. They chose a backup, a man they would only call upon if Hal ever fell. That man was Guy Gardner, a gym teacher, a social worker, a son of an abusive father. Guy didn't earn the ring through glory or destiny. He was chosen for potential, buried potential. But fate never played fair. When the moment came, when Hal's life was in danger, the ring chose someone else, John Stewart. And Guy was left behind. Again, left to wrestle with the knowledge that he was good enough to be considered, but never chosen to lead. And that was only the beginning. Then came the accident. Trapped during a rescue mission in the Phantom Zone, Guy was caught in a catastrophic explosion. His body was broken, his mind fractured. For years, he drifted in a coma, a shell, forgotten, until fate struck again. A psychic shockwave from the crisis on Infinite Earths awakened him. But the man who returned was not the same one who had fallen. His mind was unstable, his emotions raw, and his rage uncontrollable, but his willpower unmatched. The Guardians gave him the ring again, not out of hope, but out of necessity. In the Justice League International, Guy became a wildcard. Brash, loud, reckless, the kind of hero who punched first and rarely asked questions. And yet, beneath the bravado, was a man desperate to prove he belonged. He clashed with Batman. He clashed with Superman. Hell, he clashed with anyone who looked at him the wrong way. But every fight was really with himself. Because deep down, Guy Gardner wasn't angry at the world. He was angry at the way the world shaped him. A man whose trauma was never addressed, whose pain was never healed, and whose ring, the ultimate symbol of will, never silenced the voices in his head. Then came the fall. Guy lost his ring, stripped of the one thing that gave him purpose, the one thing that made him matter. But what happened next is what makes his story truly tragic. Because Guy didn't quit. He didn't fade into obscurity. He rebuilt himself. He uncovered his alien heritage, unlocked Voldarian DNA, became a warrior not of will, but of flesh and fire, a living weapon, a new identity, not Green Lantern, but warrior. And still, the world never quite embraced him, because no matter how much he changed, he would never be Hal. He would never be the poster boy. He would never be the ideal. He was Guy Gardner, and that, to the world, was never enough. But Guy's story isn't one of failure. It's one of survival. He's not the best Green Lantern. He's not the purest. He's not even the most powerful. But he never stopped fighting. And maybe that's why his willpower burns so bright. Because he was never given the easy path. Everything Guy earned, he had to bleed for it. The respect, the leadership, the legacy. And slowly, painfully, he carved out a place among gods. Guy Gardner is more than a punchline, more than a temper, more than a backup. He's what happens when someone refuses to be forgotten. When the world tries to break you, and all you do is clench your fists tighter. He is the ring's edge, the fury beneath the oath. And he's not done yet. Because in the darkest night, even rage can become a light.